Hi everyone, welcome to Money Page where we decode the mindset of money. If you are in Nigeria living in abroad, this video is made specially for you. And if you have not been investing in the Nigeria exchange market, you could be losing a lot of money. In this video, I will show you how that is happening. How is Nigeria in foreign country losing money? If that is the question you are asking right now, do not worry. This video is going to be practical, simple, and easy to understand. Before we go into the analysis, let me disclaim that this video is not a financial advice. Rather, it is for educational purpose only. As you can see from the screen, on our left-hand side, we have investment in dollar, euro, and pounds versus investment in naira. In other words, we are going to be looking at investment done in the country where these three currency is used and compare with investment done in the Nigeria exchange market. For us to be able to carry out this analysis, we'll be needing 5 things. Number one is the amount in this various currency. We'll need an amount in dollar, an amount in euro, an amount in pounds, and the naira equivalent of these three amounts from this currency. The number two is the type of investment that this amount was invested in. The number three is the interest rate that was available in the various countries where this investment was carried out. The number four is the exchange rate of these three currency to naira as at the date of the investment, and the exchange rate as at the date the investment was finally ended. The last thing we'll be needing is the duration of that investment. The investment duration we are going to be looking at is from 1st of March 2025 to 31st of March 2026, which is 1 year period. For this analysis to be easy to understand, we are going to assume that we have three investors that are either living in America, in a country from Europe, and in the UK. We are looking at investor A, B, C, and the amount of capital invested in this investment will be $10,000, 10,000 euro, and 10,000 pounds. While we take the naira equivalent of $10,000, 10,000 euro, and 10,000 pounds. The type of investment we are choosing for this analysis is Treasury B. The reason why we are choosing Treasury B is that it works the same way across these four countries we are using as example in this analysis. Another reason why we choose Treasury B is that the interest rate at the beginning of the investment is fixed, and it will remain so till the end of that investment. We are going to be looking at the available interest rate from the various countries as at March 2025, and we'll also look at the exchange rate as at 1st of March, which is the beginning of the investment period, and the exchange rate as at 31st of March 2026, which is the ending of the investment period. The interest rate for Treasury B in America as at March 2025 is 4.14%. We'll be taking Italy as a country in the Europe for this analysis. As at March 2025, the Treasury B interest rate in Italy was 2.27%, while the Treasury bill interest rate in the UK was 4.43%. Then, if we go to Nigeria, the interest rate for Treasury bill as at March 2025 was 17.82%. Those are the interest rates. All these rates, they are not an assumed rate. They are the rates generated from the DMO of these various countries. DMO simply means Debt Management Office. That is from their website. Let's see the exchange rate as at the beginning of this investment and as at the end of the investment. As at the beginning of the investment, 1st of March 2025, the exchange rate of $1 to Naira was 1,498.94 Naira, while the exchange rate of €1 to Naira was 1,557.53 Naira. The exchange rate for £1 to Naira was 1,868 was 1,886.94 Naira. These exchange rates are not assumed exchange rates. They were extracted from a source known as Rwanda currency. We'll be needing this our exchange rate when we are to convert our $10,000, €10,000, £10,000 to Naira. As we said, we are looking at 3 investors from 3 different countries. For the country using dollar, we are looking at USA. For the country using euro, we are looking at Italy. For the country using pounds, we are looking at the UK. Now, investor A, who live in America, has the option of investing his £10,000 in the USA or invest it in Nigeria. If investor A invests his £10,000 in USA Treasury bill at an interest rate of 4.14%, the total amount of the investment as at the end of that investment, which is 31st of March 2026, will be $10,414. Then, for him to be able to determine the amount of profit he made from this investment, he will need to remove his initial $10,000 from the total amount of investment he had, which is $10,414. When you remove the $10,000 from $10,414, you have a profit or a gain of $414. This is the gain investor A will make for investing $10,000 in USA Treasury bill at an interest rate of 4.14%, $414. Now, if investor A is to invest this $10,000 in Nigeria Treasury bill, he will need to convert this $10,000 to Naira first before he can invest it in Nigeria Treasury bill at an interest rate of 17.82%. For him to be able to do that, he will look at the exchange rate as at 1st of March 2025, which is $1 to Naira was 1,498.94 Naira. You use this amount to multiply this $10,000, he will arrive at 14,989,400 naira. It is this amount investor A will now invest in Nigeria Treasury bill at an interest rate of 17.82%. When he do that, the total amount he will realize from the investment will be 17,660,511 naira. For investor A to be able to compare the total amount he realized from investing in Nigeria Treasury bill with the amount he realized in investing in America Treasury bill, he will need to convert this 17,660,511 back to dollar by looking at the exchange rate as at the ending of this investment. By looking at the exchange rate as at the ending of this investment, which is 31st of March 2026. The exchange rate as at that date was 1,382.76 naira. Then you use this amount to divide 17 million. When you do that, you will arrive at 12,771.93 dollar. For him to know the profit he make, you have to remove his initial $10,000 that he brought into Nigeria for the investment. He will remove it from the 12,771.93 dollar. He will have a profit or a gain of 2,771.93 dollar. Let's compare what investor A gain in investing in Nigeria Treasury bill with what he gained when he invested his $10,000 in America Treasury bill. He gained $414 in America, but he gained 2,771.93 dollar in Nigeria. When you subtract the gain he made in America from the gain he made in Nigeria, we have extra profit or a gain of 2,357.93 dollar. You can see that as investor A took advantage of the high interest rates in Nigeria and invest his $10,000, he make extra profit of 2,357.93 dollar. Now let's look at investor B, who is living in Italy and he has 10,000 euro. When he invests the 10,000 euro in Italy Treasury bill at an interest rate of 2.27%, he will have a total amount of 10,226.8 euro. He will realize a total amount of 10,226.8 euro from that investment. By the time investor B subtract his 10,000 euro from the total amount he realized from that investment, he will arrive at a profit of 226.8 euro. This is what he will gain by investing his 10,000 euro in Italy. But if he decide to take this 10,000 euro and invest it in Nigeria Treasury bill at an interest rate of 17.82%, he will first of all need to convert this 10,000 euro to naira. How will he do that? He will have to use the exchange rate as at 1st of March 2025, which is the date is going to carry out that investment. As at that date, the exchange rate of €1 to naira was 1,557.53 euro. Use this amount to multiply the 10,000 euro, they will arrive at 15,575,300 naira. It is this amount you will now invest as at 1st of March 2025 in Nigeria Treasury bill at an interest rate of 17.82%. Then you will realize a total amount of 18,350,818.46 naira from that investment. Then he will also need to compare the investment he did in Nigeria, whether it is more profitable than the one he did in Italy. How he will be able to do that is by converting this amount he realized back to euro. Then you will need to take the exchange rate as at the date this investment ended, which is 31st of March 2026. The exchange rate of €1 to naira was 1,587.75 naira. You use this amount to divide this 18,350,818.46 naira. It will arrive at 11,557.75 euro. Then for him to determine his profit, the 10,000 euro he brought into Nigeria for investment, he will subtract it from the 11,557.75 euro that he made in Nigeria. Then he will have a profit of 1,557.75 euro. This will be the gain he made in Nigeria. Then he will need to compare the gain he made in Nigeria with the gain he made in Italy to see which one is more favorable. As we can see, it is very clear that in Nigeria it is more favorable. Let's do the subtraction. When you do the subtraction, you will have 1,330.95 euro. This is the extra gain he made by investing in Nigeria Treasury bill. The same analysis we carry out for dollar, euro will also be for pounds. But for clarity's sake, let's see how it will go. If investor C that live in the UK has 10,000 pounds and he decide to invest it at a percentage of 4.43% in the UK Treasury bill, he will realize a total amount of 10,443.3 pounds. He will realize a total amount of 10,443.3 pounds from that investment. Then he will need to remove his initial 10,000 pounds from the total amount he made. When he remove the 10,000 pounds, he will have a profit of 443.3 pounds. That is the profit he made by investing in the UK Treasury bill. That is the gain he made. But if investor C take this 10,000 pounds and invest it in the Nigeria Treasury bill at interest rate of 17.82%, is going to make a profit of 2,161.2 pounds. Then if you compare the profit he made in investing in Nigeria Treasury bill with the profit he made when he invests in UK Treasury bill, you will discover that he has extra profit of £1,717.92. As you can see from this analysis, these three investors representing America, Italy and UK, the investment they did in these various country treasury bill, the profit was lesser than what they gain in Nigeria. The profit was lesser than what they got in Nigeria. You can agree with me that it is more favorable to invest in Nigeria treasury bill than to invest in any of these country treasury bill. You can agree with the statement I made earlier that some Nigeria living in foreign country could be losing money because they are not investing in the Nigeria exchange market. If you think there is any factor we did not consider in this analysis, please put it on the comment section so that I too can learn from it. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do, and don't forget to like, comment and also share for others to see. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.